Good afternoon. Today, Drake Community Press celebrates the launch of a new book produced through a 2-year collaboration between Drake Talent and the Iowa nonprofit organization Above and Beyond Cancer. In 2018, the press began working with oncologist Dr. Richard Deming, founder of Above and Beyond Cancer, to create a book that would share the inspiring personal stories of cancer patients and caregivers and photographs of the journeys he has led since 2011 to some of the world's highest peaks and back again. From concept development and research to writing, editing, design, and promotion, over 100 Drake students from Drake's School of Journalism and Mass Communication, College of Business and Public Administration, College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, and College of Arts and Sciences had a hand in the making of Above and Beyond Cancer. Most students enter and leave our collaborative process before they get to see the final result. Perhaps they helped design the promotional flyer that we used for fundraising, or they produced oral narratives for members of the group Above and Beyond Cancer who traveled to Mount Kailash in Tibet in 2018. In all, 10 Drake faculty contributed their courses to our project. So today is for their students to recognize and celebrate how their work contributed to the book we're so proud to feature today. At the DCP, academic inquiry is fundamental to our process. In various participating courses, students researched water quality in Iowa and cancer clusters around the state. They investigated the role that race and region can play in shaping the experience of cancer. They examined the concept of administrative evil with regard to cancer treatment and our healthcare system. They studied ways that design and visual ideas support a book's themes, or they examined cancer's metaphors, or considered the role of hope and optimism, or asked how narrative conventions shape the experience of illness. They even studied Tibetan prayer flags, but you will have to read the book to find out why. With every title we produce, students engage in meaningful academic experience in their core disciplines, even as they work toward a project larger than any single assignment or course. We're grateful to each of the students whose names you will hear at the end of today's program. I especially want to give a shout out to the amazing core team of project interns who kept up our momentum even despite the advent of COVID-19, with special recognition to Madeline Cheek and Madeline Bjork, our senior editorial leaders, whose commitment to our motto of writing with was evident every step of the way, and to the amazing Mackenzie Eckern for helping to produce and manage today's broadcast. So what is this book really? I like to describe it as a collection of memorable moments from survivors of cancer and those who care for them. Some moments will make you laugh out loud, or startle you into insight, or take your breath away. Some moments may require Kleenex, or gently touch upon a truth you recognize but have never spoken. This book is a literary companion for anyone whose life has been touched by the always involuntary journey of a cancer diagnosis. Welcome, I'm Carol Spalding Cruzy, Director of the Drake Community Press. At the DCP, we understand that we earn the privilege of your attention by creating books that provide value for your life, and we absolutely strive to do that. We also want you to know that generous university and community donors make possible the 100% of proceeds going to support the organizations with whom we partner, like Above and Beyond Cancer. To find out more about our funders and donors and our process, and to find out more about our previous 3 titles, we encourage you to visit our website, www.drakecommunitypress.org. And now my friend, author, and oncologist, Dr. Richard Deming, is here to tell you more about Above and Beyond Cancer.
Good afternoon. Carol, that was beautiful. I just am amazed and inspired by what you have created with Drake Community Press. When you went through the list of courses that have been taught as part of this 2-year collaborative, clearly this is beyond just a press. This is a Drake Community project, and we are so um, thankful that we were able to be a part of this project for 2 years. I'm a cancer doctor. I'm not a writer, but I have to tell you, I've always aspired to write a book, but it never would have happened without Drake Community Press. This afternoon, I really want to thank everyone that's been involved, but especially the students. None of us is as good as all of us. And one of the enduring lessons of this Drake Community Press is that we are better together. Each one of us might have had an idea about the book and what we wanted to produce, but what we did together is so different than what any one of us would have done individually. So if you haven't heard, I want to buy each and every one of you students that were involved in this project and faculty a copy of this book for you to have. What a legacy it is to your growing career and what you're going to be developing when you get out of Drake. This seems a little bit like a graduation ceremony. And as you know, we call graduation ceremonies commencements. So it's not really an ending of something, it's a beginning. I love poetry. Poetry has always been part of the way I practice medicine, and it's always been part of the journeys that I've taken with cancer survivors around the world. And I want to share with you today a poem from a book by John O'Donohue called To Bless the Space Between Us. And for this commencement, it's appropriate because it's a blessing, which is like a combination of poetry and prayer, called For a New Beginning. And this is the blessing that I share with the groups when we travel abroad. On the very first day, we're going to hit the trail and go up the mountain. And for you all, especially you students, this also is maybe a beginning of your new career as you finish your education at Drake. For a new beginning. In out of the way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. For a long time, it's watched your desire, feeling emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, and wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight when your courage kindled and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you. And I am so proud of what you all have created. And the world truly does await you. And this will be a legacy that lives with all of us for an awful long time. So thank you so much to all the students, all the faculty, all the sponsors, everyone with Above and Beyond Cancer, and especially to you, Carol Spalding Cruz, for creating Drake Community Press and the whole process of writing with. Back over to you, Mackenzie.
Hello. Griff just wants to say congratulations on such a great project. Really proud of the students and everybody involved in this project.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Griff. That was so special. Next, we will have our book trailer, created by Adam Heater, who is a graduating senior at Drake University from Indianola, Iowa, with a degree in digital media production and a minor in rhetoric, media, and social change. Adam's favorite part about working on this project was how moved he was by listening to Dr. Deming's reading of the introduction to the book. Because of that, Adam dedicated himself to making a video of the reading that would move those who listened. Enjoy.
On the evening of September 10th, 2019, I stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., looking out on the reflecting pool with the Washington Monument brightly illuminated in the near distance. There, at the very spot where Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his speech, "I Have a Dream," in August 1963, I gathered my composure and approached the microphone to address the thousands assembled as part of the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network Lobby Day. At nightfall, 40,000 luminaries, each decorated in memory of someone who had lost their life to cancer or someone living with cancer, glowed in the shimmering silence around the reflecting pool. One of those paper lanterns bore the name Odetta Deming, my mom. She never got to see me realize my goal of becoming a doctor, but I now know she would be immensely proud of me. Her presence has been a guiding light on my path to becoming the doctor and the person that I am. In 2000, I participated in a Himalayan climbing expedition that I still count as one of the most transformative experiences of my life. 10 years later, I succeeded in my dream of bringing a group of my patients on what I describe as a mind-body-spirit journey to the Himalayan mountains of Nepal. What people may not know until they climb is that a physical expedition of this magnitude requires an internal journey as well. Summiting a mountain brings people face to face with many of the concepts you will find represented in the chapters of this book: fear, suffering, courage, community, hope, joy, beauty, gratitude, compassion, spirituality, and renewal. This book will take you to every dimension of what it means to be human and what it means to live in a world both fraught with suffering and lit with joy. No cancer diagnosis required. On the evening of
Next, we will have some readings from the excerpts of the book, first by Professor of Pharmacy and Health Sciences at Drake University, Dr. Cassidy Gutierrez.
Good afternoon. Thank you for this opportunity. I feel privileged that I get to join you today and read. I've been asked to just read a few of the excerpts from the book from the interview that I did for this. So I had, just to give a little bit of background, I was diagnosed with cancer in September of 2016. and went through the journey of chemotherapy, multiple surgeries, and had the privilege of doing radiation. Did radiation, but had the privilege of having Dr. Deming as my radiation oncologist through that process. So I am just going to share a few excerpts. And this is from chapter 1 called Cancerland. I was missing my chemo port after it had been explanted. They have you take it home in a little jar, so it's kind of gross. Then I found out my kid had taken it to preschool and used it for show and tell. This absolutely cracked me up. I was laughing so hard. At the end of the school year, I was talking to the teacher and saying I had found the port in his backpack. Yes, he brought it for show and tell, she said. He was really proud of it and talked about how it gave his mommy her medicine. Oh man, I would have loved to be a fly on the wall at that show and tell. Another excerpt that I'm going to read is from chapter 3, Welcome to the Club. It was normal to have things not be normal. Our neighbors across the street had 4 children, and our families were like best friends. Their dad, John, had gone through cancer, chemo, and radiation just before I did. He had throat cancer. I could say, hey guys, look at John. Mommy has cancer like John did, and now John is doing well. And my kids were like, oh, okay. Having just gone through it with John's family, cancer was almost normal in their world. The irony is, 6 months after I got diagnosed, their mom got diagnosed with breast cancer and went through the chemo, radiation, and surgery just like I had. So here we were in our little bubble where their family was pointing back to our family and saying, look at Cassidy. She just went through cancer and now she is doing well. When I was starting radiation therapy, she was just starting her chemo. So I was close to the end of my hard year, probably 8 or 9 months after I was diagnosed. Our situation was unique because our kids went through it with other kids their age. To them, it was normal for their moms to wear a bandana and not have hair. I have this cute picture of both of our boys wearing these cute bandanas in solidarity with their bald moms. I'm just going to read a few more. This is a shorter one from chapter 6 entitled Fresh Hell. I am still taking medicine each day. I still have to go to the cancer center every month to get my implant. You still need to do it all, but it becomes less and less, and most of my life is not about cancer anymore. But is there a day that I don't think about it? No, it's always there. But do I spend my time worrying about it? Not a chance. I'm really busy. To me, that is a beautiful place. I think one of the final excerpts that I'm going to read, they shared several with me and told me just to read a few, is from chapter 9, entitled They Weren't Going to Get What We Were going to get what we were going to get. And the reason I want to share this is because I am incredibly passionate about the access to care in rural communities, having been born and raised in rural Iowa. So as a final excerpt, here I go. In rural communities, they might have critical access hospitals, but resources are few. The majority of rural hospitals have closed due to a lack of funding. Therefore, one barrier is just the distance to a hospital. When I was growing up in a small farming community in Northwest Iowa, my father endured cancer twice. We took him to Mayo Clinic for his surgery, but when his cancer recurred, he had to have radiation therapy every day for 5 weeks. That meant my father had to drive an hour and a half both ways just to get his treatment. Talk about added stress. On top of that, my father was a working man trying to support himself and his family while also paying his new medical bills. And actually, I lied. I'm going to read one more. Sorry about that. And if you see me scrolling the screen, that's just kind of one of the, I'm on a laptop right now, and it's a touch screen. So I'm going to read my final excerpt is from chapter 12, The Best Gift Ever, and it's probably a good one to end on. I look at people who don't have kids or young women who haven't started a family yet, and I realize there is something wonderful about being a mom and going through this. When I was lying in bed on the weekends, trying to recover from the chemo, it was awesome to hear their giggling, just to hear their energy, their life. Of course it was scary. I'd think, is this going to be my life now? Me lying here while they're outside, more than anything though, it energized me to hear them play. Sure, it was a distraction, but what a wonderful distraction. And like I said, that was I think a good one to end on. I'm back in rural Iowa navigating a family member that was just placed on hospice, but as we're navigating this time, just similar to my cancer journey, my children are outside enjoying this beautiful sunny day, and hearing their laughter is really a healing process. So thank you for this opportunity to share with you this afternoon and through the book.
Thank you so much, Cassidy. That was incredible. We really appreciate your involvement in this project. Next, we will have a reading from Ren Colony. Ren is a graduating senior at Drake University from Leavenworth, Kansas, with a double major in writing and rhetoric, media, and social change. Ren's favorite part about being involved in this project is through participation in the Oral Histories and Life Narratives Partnering course, when she got to reach outside Drake's campus, as well as her ability to work collaboratively on a multifaceted piece of writing that Ren did not have previous experience with.
So yeah, as Madeline said, I was in that oral histories and life narrative course taught by Professor Yasmin Madden and Sandy Patmani. And I had the opportunity with that class to interview one of the individuals who went on a journey with Dr. Deming and 11 beyond cancer to Mount Kailash. And through our interviews, I was able to put together a piece of writing, and that is what I'm going to be reading to you. This is just a short thing that Stephanie Sendberg told me, and it wound up being selected for chapter 15 of the book, titled Life Begins Again. And she said, "I could go around and around as many times as I wanted, but regardless of how many other paths I took, they would all lead me back to the beginning. The only way out is through," I thought, and headed on. And that was just sort of a little bit of wisdom that Stephanie left me with, and I thought was really interesting to come back and draw on right now with the way that the world is.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk a little bit about what the Drake Community Press is. The Drake Community Press is a small press publishing laboratory for undergrads at Drake. We write with a chosen nonprofit community partner that is dedicated to community betterment. So what's writing with? Many of you are here because of DCP's cross-disciplinary and collaborative focus. This collaboration between students across disciplines and between Drake and our community partner is at the heart of what writing with means. You may have been enrolled in a community writing course or medical sociology or any of the other courses that were involved in the community writing process. Hopefully, because of your involvement in the community writing process, you have gained practical knowledge about what it takes to make a book as beautiful as this one.
Some of the values of the DCP include our dedication to our process. Our process always addresses a community need. It is inquiry-based because we know that knowledge flows everywhere. Knowledge flows between the university we work with, our community partner, and our academic setting. Additionally, our process is flexible. as the learning outcomes should reflect the core competencies of each student's discipline who is involved. Finally, we recognize that our process facilitates a learning environment that is more than just simply content transfer. The nature of our engaged learning experience is both academic, and it promotes a 360-degree learning to ensure that our interns have a full educational experience. Prior to our most recent launch of Above and Beyond Cancer, the Drake Community Press had 3 books. Our first work was titled The Ones I Bring With Me. In the press's first project, we worked with the Latinx community of Des Moines, Iowa, on the book The Ones I Bring With Me. Just like all the other projects, this book's main goal was to highlight a community that often got overlooked in Des Moines, Iowa. We worked with Latinas and focused on the importance of education and Latinas' journey in overcoming the barriers that prevented them from getting an education. Throughout that process, we worked with the local group in Des Moines, Al Éxito. Second on our list is Zachary's Bridge. What would it be like to start over in a faraway country? In Zachary's Bridge, 9 children share their families' immigration journeys to Iowa. Authors Kay Fenton Smith and Carol Rose Spalding transport readers to the countries where each story begins. Stories come to life with full color photography from around the world. Now, Zachary's Bridge is reaching out to readers of all ages and cultures. Proceeds from the book benefit cross-cultural learning through Cultural in the Iowa International Center. With an introduction by then Governor Robert Ray, the book begins by telling the story of Zachary Delikovic, whose family fled Bosnia and Herzegovina because of the Bosnian War. 9 true stories of children around the world who immigrated to Iowa succeed the eponymous one about Zachary. And third, we have A Spectrum of Faith. A Spectrum of Faith invites readers on a vivid pictorial journey into the diverse religious communities of Greater Des Moines. Explore the Southside Office Park, transformed into a Buddhist monastery, or the Basilica in the city's center, named to the National Registry of Historic Places. Discover the Hindu temple rising above the cornfields of nearby rural Madrid, or the mosque, temple, or gurdwara tucked away in a neighborhood near you. These Iowans from the world's major faith traditions, Sikhism, Buddhism, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, and Islam, extend the rich history of welcome in our state to readers of all faith backgrounds. A collaboration between the DCP, the Comparison Project, and the Des Moines Area Religious Council allow you to get to know the fascinating spectrum of individuals, traditions, and practices of the religious communities who call Iowa home.
And now we come to our most recent project and the reason for today's celebration, which is our newest book, Above and Beyond Cancer. It's the product of a 2-year collaboration with the nonprofit organization Above and Beyond Cancer, as you all know. But as Dr. Deming says, this isn't a book about the organization itself or about his work as an oncologist. It's about all the people who contributed to the project and shared their stories so that it could become what it is today. I've been really lucky in getting to be involved in a lot of aspects in this project. As a student in Professor Spalding Cruzy's community writing course last spring, I helped select excerpts from a number of reflections written by cancer survivors and caregivers involved with Above and Beyond Cancer. And I also helped pick photographs taken by photographer Dylan Huey to be included in the book. After becoming an editorial intern for the DCP, I got to spend the summer helping edit and organize the content of the book. And then I got to see the content transformed by John Fender and his advanced typography students this fall, who worked on designing the visual layout of the book. I was also in Andrea Chose's medical sociology class, which, like many other classes that participated in this project, didn't work directly with the content of the book, but still contributed to our overall mission by exploring the issues and ideas that are central to Above and Beyond Cancer. What's come from all of this work that we've put in is this finalized book with stunning visuals and a series of overlapping narratives about the multifaceted cancer experience, with chapter and book introductions by Dr. Deming. But what's more, I think everyone who has contributed to this project has created a community narrative that extends beyond the pages of the book, one that works to communicate the complex world of cancer and just life in general in so many ways. I'm very thankful to have been a part of this collaboration, and I hope everybody involved who has been involved in it is as well.
So I have the privilege next of going through the list of names of individuals who've been involved in the project. And this is sort of the commencement ceremony portion of our program, starting with the DCP Planning Council. We were joined by John Amato, Director of Development at Drake University, Brad Anderson from Above and Beyond Cancer in 2018, Barbara Busey at Des Moines University, Dr. Judith Conlin, Iowa International Center, retired, Professor Carlin Crow, Drake University School of Journalism and Mass Communication, John Fender, Drake University Department of Art and Design, Claudia Frazier, Drake University Coles Library, Chris Goodale, Executive Director of Above and Beyond Cancer, Dylan Huey, the photographer for our book Above and Beyond Cancer, Aaron Jaco from Drake Marketing and Communications in 2018, Jan Kaiser from Kick Marketing, Professor Yasmina Madden from Drake University Department of English, Kelsey Parker, Above and Beyond Cancer, Meredith Ponder from Drake University Marketing and Communications, Dr. Kathleen Richardson, Drake University School of Journalism and Mass Communications Dean, Renee Sedlacek, Drake University Center for Engaged Learning, Greg Shireman from Above and Beyond Cancer, Kay Smith from the Des Moines Writers Workshop, and Mary Van Hoekelem from Above and Beyond Cancer. From Health Sciences, we were joined by Dr. Cassidy Gutierrez, College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, Dr. Elisa Drapeau, College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, and Alex Peak, their capstone student. We were fortunate to have Dr. Alan Zagorin and Dr. Lindy Buckingham-Shutt join us for a course titled Administrative Evil. Their students were Crystal Cruz, Peter McLaughlin, Jason Mason, Chris Rowling, and Savannah Wadsworth. In the fall of 2018, the course taught by Professor Madden and Dr. Sandra Patnamani, Oral Histories and Life Narratives, included Gabe Altenburn, Justin Bonesack, Emmeline Crabb, Ren Culleney, Jenny English, Dejane Felder-Johnson, Allison Kafring, Avery Malinsky, Robin Mikulik, Michael Nestor, Sharon O'Connor, Stephen Peralta Cornejo, Ethan Quick, Kelsey Rick, Zach Riskin, Abdullah Salim, Miranda Strelecki, Helen Trisco, Danny Webb Mosbach, and Emily Wilson. Professor Sandy Henry's course in strategic message design included Paula Aguirre-Guruchaga, Josie Carabine, Robert Clark, Jenna Cornick, Hannah Olson, Brett Rosengren, Grace Schofield, and Connor Twetley. And for me, these are the most special students involved only because I had the privilege of working with them so closely for the past 2 years. These include Maggie Petrashke, Lizzie Deal, Gable Thompson, Casey Springsteen, Hallie O'Neill, Hannah Nuss, Jack Kazra, Graham Johnson, Annie Howard, Mackenzie Eckern, Madeline Cheek, and Madeline Bjork.
And it's my honor to list the names of the students in 5 other classes. First of all, we are going to acknowledge those in the community writing class taught by Dr. Carol Spalding Cruzy. And I was honored to be able to be part of that class for the whole semester. Included in that class, Ren Culleney, Mackenzie Eckern, Ashley Flaws, Cole Friedman, Adam Hathaway, Annie Howard, Jack Kazra, Hallie Kuiper, Lauren Lundy, Marissa Morris, Hannah Nuss, Morgan Patterman, and Brian Solberg. Also want to acknowledge the Hope and Optimism class taught by Dr. Martin Roth, Associate Professor of Philosophy. Included in that class were Danny Berg, Brittany Freeman, Rachel Fritz, Chancellor Halpin, Jenna Hurtis, Megan Johnson, Clara Kelly, Deanna Krikoven, Julia McGuire, Blake McGill, Hagen Maurer, Will Nur, Ellie Reeder, Kelsey Rick, Seth Strahan, Jacob Sussland, Kristen Thompson, Jessica Veneja, Nolan Wright, and Yifan Zhao. And the advanced topography class by the amazing John Fender, Associate Professor of Art and Design. What a talent he is, and what a fabulous job this class did in putting the layout of the book together. In that class were Hunton Beyer, Havarian Estelle, Madison Free, Sophia Gray, Zoe Hanna, Lila Johnson, Emma Kerr, and Ashley Wildman. And thanks to the first year seminar, Power to the People and Good Design, taught by Dr. Emily Newman, Assistant Professor of Art and Design. In that class were Parker Althouse, Drake Bennett, Brendan Burton, Ava Cornea, Chris Hallam, Mackenzie Hester, Tyler Johnston, Kayla Jones, Amelia Mikado, Abby Marting, Madeline Muse, AJ Norangolo, Jake Palowski, James Phillips, Tanner Pollock, Kelsey Risa, Nathan Specht, Abigail Stumpner, Dylan Valley, and Alec Van Ewen. And finally, the medical sociology class, Dr. Andrea Jose, Assistant Professor of Sociology and Administrative Pharmacy. In that class were Elizabeth Aho, Jacob Bennett, Kyle Cass, Annabelle Costanzo, Constancia Dickens, Laura Harris, Caitlin Hester, Annie Howard, Lee Kin Wong, Stephanie Jarecki, Elena Jonanek, Kelly Kroc, Lauren Lerner, Madison McGee, Farhio Matan, Carson Reichart, Nicholas Sickles, Zola Sloth, Rachel Stafford, and Mackenzie Temperley. Thanks to all the students.
Thank you so much, Dr. Deming and Carol. We are so thankful for everyone who has been able to attend this event. And we wanted to remind you that all students, faculty, and any community partners involved in making the process of this incredible book, Dr. Deming has graciously offered to purchase a copy for you. So if you would like to get one, if you don't already have one, please email chris@abovebeyondcancer.org or communitypress@drake.edu, and we will reach out to you and get your mailing address to get you a copy of the book. Otherwise, you can purchase the book at drakecommunitypress.org or aboveandbeyondcancer.org.
Hi everyone, I'm Lizzie. I'm the writing intern for the Drake Community Press, and thank you for all of your support.
Hello, my name is Gable, and I'm the video intern for the Drake Community Press.
Hi, my name is Maggie, and I'm the graphic design intern for the Drake Community Press.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Eckern, and I am the promotions intern for the Drake Community Press. And I'm just so thankful to be able to be on this project and this process for the last year and a half.
Hello? Oh, hi. Okay, sorry. I'm Annie Howard. I'm the editorial intern at the Drake Community Press, and I want to thank you all for tuning in today, and I hope you're as excited about this as I am.
Hi everyone, my name is Madeline Bjork and I am the current senior editor of the Drake Community Press. I just want to thank you all for your contributions to making this book possible. We are so incredibly thankful for everything that you have done for us, whether that's been writing for the book, being interviewed, participating in the graphic design, any of the courses, or just encouraging all of us interns and students as we have been working for the past 2 years on producing this incredible book. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Hi, everybody. Dick Deming again. Final words from me. Practicing medicine is a human endeavor. Being a cancer doctor is not about killing cancer cells. It's about taking care of patients and their families. Everything we do in life is a human endeavor. Making this book has been a human endeavor. And I just want to encourage all of you as you proceed on with life to realize that interacting human to human with understanding and compassion is what the world is all about. And no matter what you do as a profession, no matter how technical it might be, it's all about human interactions. Thanks again to everyone who's been part of this book. And you have enriched my life in so many ways. I'm so proud to have been part of this project. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabrielle Melms, currently an editorial intern from the Drake Community Press and future senior editor. This has been such a celebration. Thank you so much for coming, everybody.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful that you actually got away 15 minutes early to go out and enjoy this gorgeous afternoon. But before you do, I just want to say thank you for taking time to join us this afternoon. And I hope you got a good sense of the wonderful way that Writing With can work in a community as we consciously enact the values of working together for something greater than ourselves. So I hope each of you takes a little bit of the piece of that concept of writing with out into whatever your day and your week and your future months looks like, and especially to those who are graduating, wishing you the very best, especially to Madeline Bjork, our current intern, who is going off to wonderful things. Thanks again for joining us, and please tune in when we eventually get to our next title in a couple of years. Take care, everybody, and thanks so much.